Yeah. So the thing you said that you don't, look too much like your twin flame, right? You don't, and you have been hearing a lot about uh, twin flames having the similar, sort of. So, what is the things that you expect that based on which the twin flames should look like each other, so that I'll clarify you. What is your
Well,
concept of?
they're saying that as your soul merge, that as you become somewhat spiritually connected, that you pick up some characteristics, whether it's behavior or looks.
Mhm.
And I don't really feel like I've picked up any of it.
See, I'll tell you.
However,
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure that I'm on this journey. 100, without a doubt.
Yeah. See, what happens is that every twin flame journey is a unique of its own. Okay. So the things that you're gonna hear is mostly kind of the general, or the thing that is commonly happening with the twin flames around the world. And I'd like to make it clarify you in our this discussion that it is very true that two twin flames, uh, although their skin tone might be different, their body color might be different, their height, shape, and size might be different. They might come from a different sector of the segment of society. One might be rich, one might be poor, one might be very spiritual, one might be very non-spiritual, one might be very playful, other might be very conservative, one might be very extrovert, other might be very introvert. Considering even these many differences, it has been seen that most of the twin flames, at some point of time, especially that you pointed out before we started to record our this discussion, is that especially after the soul merge process. Okay, especially before the soul merge process, it is not evident that the twin flames match each other. But after the soul merge process completes, it's a very big sign that the two twin flames look alike. Now, when I said this, that two twin flames look alike, it doesn't mean that if you're brown in color, and if in just as an example, if your twin flame is white in color, then your skin color gonna change. Or if your facial expression is oval or a round shape, then your twin flame will also match the similar. It is that on a subtle level, when you see yourself in the mirror, okay, you can witness the picture of your twin flame as and when you witness yourself in the mirror. Okay, and the same thing will happen with a twin flame also, whether he is observant about this fact or not, whether he is spiritual or not, it doesn't matter. But as and when your twin flame will look himself in the mirror, you know onto his own eyes, onto his own face, then he'll able to recognize his face somewhere matching to yours, you know as a reflection of your facial structure being projected on his facial structure. Okay, that will happen to both the twin flames after the soul merge process is complete. Now, having said that, from here onwards, two major possibilities can come out. One is that the facial structure which you started seeing your twin flame while you saw yourself on the mirror, can transform into a permanent shift in your facial structure, so as to a time when both of you can look like a sibling, also like a brother and sister, or a twin children. Okay, like if a twin children is born, one is a boy, another is a girl, still both their facials will match. One might have beard, another is a female, she is skinny, she doesn't have any beard or masculine traits, but both the facial of the twin flame babies will be same. It's exactly same thing. After the soul merge process completes, both the twin flames somehow starts to permanently resemble the facial structure of each other as if they were brothers and sisters born from the same womb, okay, born from the same parents. And for many of the twin flames, it can also happen that although for a moment after the soul merge process gets complete, the facial structure, you can gaze the other person on the mirror for some point of time or so, things like that, but it won't happen permanently, okay. It will only happen for might be few weeks, few months, or some substantial period of time, depending upon energetically how much strong the energy is transformed onto. But it does happen on a subtle level, okay. So it might happen.
BJ, I can honestly say I have not, after all 26 of these years, I've never seen it.
Yeah, so it might have happened that you came to know about this fact of recently, right? And when it had happened, you never gauzed upon it. You never uh, gave an idea to it. You never tried to understand. It just happened, and that point of time you didn't have knowledge, and it might have occurred to you as well. Okay, now you have the knowledge. That phase has already gone, so now you can't see those change in that structure. So that is the thing. And another thing I'll let you know, it's all because of the energy. This phenomenon of two faces matching for twin flames, it not only happens with the twin flames, okay, but it happens with the true soulmates also. Like you might have seen many of the couples, if they are in a love relationship, they start projecting each other facial structure. And mostly I've seen it in my own life among my friend circle also. Two people got married and they are very happily married. They are in love with each other. There is no infidelity. There is nothing sort of extramarital masala, any affair sort of thing, either from the husband or from the wife. Both the husband and wife, after a marriage of 1 year or 2 year or so, they start resembling like brothers and sisters. Their face starts matching. It happens
I've
upon.
seen that.
You have seen that as well, right? So it is I have not gone through the depths of why it happens among soulmates and among husband and wife, but among the twin flames, it is solely due to the course of the energy being, shifted or exchanged from one twin flame to the other twin flame. Because in twin flames, most of the cases, it is very rare that a twin flame is in physical contact or in a face-to-face vicinity that you can talk and see or touch your twin flame. It's always kept at a distance to manage the energies. Okay, so most of the twin flames have not even seen each other. Okay, most of the twin flames have not even seen each other, but still, after the soul merge process is complete, this will get projected onto their face as well. Even the twin flames who have not seen each other for a long period of time, or even they have not seen at all, even in that condition also this will apply. So this is a fact. It does happen. If it can't be that it never happened to you, because your energy and your everything is truly tells that you are a true twin flame. There's no doubt about it. Okay, and if you are a true twin flame, this stage might have occurred in your life, and at that point of time you did not had the knowledge about it, so you skipped that part of noticing these changes. And if not, then in future you'll definitely will get to see this, but it will happen in one point of your time, because this is also one of the very fundamental levels or stages of twin flame journey, right? So
Yes, sir.
don't worry about that.
Okay.
But it was a nice point that
Okay,
you
so-
raised, right?
So we went through some of the early. I knew when I met him, I only saw him walking away with was the back of his shirt, the bottom of his shoe, and maybe a pants leg or something like that. But that night we connected physically, means sexually. upon the first day of meeting, like within 12 hours, I would say.
And
then from then on, it was okay. Break up.
yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was about to ask you. But in the next sentence we have already told. See, I would like to tell this to all the twin flames who are hearing our this discussion right now. It is that any point of time, if you have had physical intimacy with your twin flame, even hugging, kissing, or a sexual intercourse for that matter, a breakup is soon gonna happen in your life, provided uh, you are healed, provided the energies are settled, then it's okay, then it's meant to happen, and it will be the best sex of your life as well. But if that's not happened, the energies are not yet healed, the healing work are still to be done, the karma is still to be balanced, either from any of the twin flames or both the twin flames, it's the same thing, in totality. In that scenario, once the physical intimacy happens, breakup is destined to happen. No wonder you both guys can be married also, like uh, before marrying you did not knew that both of you were twin flames, and after marrying you came to know about this journey, and you see many kind of synchronicities, and then you realize that, oh, we are not only husband and wife, we are twin flames. Even in that case, if the healing work was due to be done, and without the healing work the marriage somehow had happened, knowingly, unknowingly, you having the knowledge of twin flame journey or not, regardless of it, the end outcome will be marriage will end in divorce. It will be a breakup. If you do not have the physical intimacy with a twin flame, and if you just take it as a mere acquaintance, a mere stranger, and just have a normal discussion without any heart to heart feelings, right? In that case there will be no separation, that's for sure. But with the twin flame, not to bring in such thought of sexual intimacy, or not to bring in thoughts of closeness physically, is very difficult, especially when you are in the proximity to see each other and touch each other. That's gonna happen very naturally because it's a magnetic pull. And if you cannot control your desires and you happen land up to have a physical intimacy, uh, even cuddling, hugging, kissing, whatsoever, even in that case, the next result will be within few weeks, within few months. Okay, months, I'm telling on a very positive side. Months is a very far off period that I am estimating or calculating. Within weeks only, within few weeks or few days, breakup is scheduled on the cards for such twin flame for sure, right? Because that's not how things work for twin flames. Twin flames are spiritual beings. Every human being is a spiritual being, but twin flames are on the edge of capitalizing on their spiritual journey. So for them, healing work, light work, working on the soul purpose, these things must be kept on a priority. These things must be kept on a pedestal before they get to have physical intimacy with the twin flames. But who is gonna tell such information to any of the twin flames? If I abstain any twin flame from not having sex with your twin flame partner, that person might slap me on the face, might play foul with me, say that, sir, what bullshit you are talking, it's what you are misguiding us, or things like that. I am having sexual desire when others are having sex all around. Why are you abstaining me from not having sex with my own twin flame? If I not have, then who is gonna have? And things like that. But in majority of the case, even with my students who have taken counseling sessions, I have noticed this shift notice this, this pattern, this trend, that after the physical intimacy, breakup does happen. One of the worst case, if provided either that you both, at least have 50-60% healing work done, then get into, physical intimacy. In that case, at least it might survive. And physical intimacy between twin flames is meant to bring in more, positive energy between both of you. It is gonna, bring in more advancement in your spiritual journey, in your chakra healing for both of the twin flames.
Mr. BJ, you said something very important. You don't get a manual of how to do this thing. So all you know is you meet this handsome person, be it, mine is a guy, be it male or female, you meet this and you're very attracted to them, and things happen. That's all. You don't look at it, oh, that's my twin flame. I did not know that I was even on the journey until approximately 5 years ago. I've been on this journey for a long time before I even realized that we were. So I did not know. So things were just going along without even realizing, I didn't know, even know the term twin flame.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I was not even a spiritual person, I could say. I didn't grow up in church or anything. So this is, it just, I heard something on the internet, YouTube. And I said, that sounds like something like I'm going through. And I got interested in it. So that's the only way I found out. Other than that, I would not have known.
Okay, just for knowledge sake, out of curiosity and my own inquisitiveness for this journey, I want to know from you that in the West, like you're from USA,
Yes.
what about the other twin flame coaches or the energy readers or people around? Do they advise the same thing which I have, advised you right now, and I have been advising the other students to always keep physical intimacy, later, preserve that physical intimacy for the later stage, and first do your healing work? Do they advise similar things, or they give a shit about, such practice?
And no, they don't really talk about that much. All they say is it exists, and to some point they talk about celibacy. I've seen that. However, to say wait, for me, it wasn't an option because the attraction was so strong. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't even have a choice to wait or not wait or whatever. Here in the United States, a lot, and I'm going to speak for me and a lot of people my age, and even in this, I can speak for the Western culture. We're very sexually free. Like there's some of us that believe in purity and virginity and all of this stuff here, but that has gone by the wayside. So you meet somebody, you like them, you want to date them, you're free to do what, if you so feel like it, be sexual or physical with them, but you don't have to save yourself for marriage.
So
And I did.
dating other guys and having the intimacy won't harm you much, provided the other person is not your twin flame. Okay, it is very paradox which people don't realize or don't talk about it. Then it's the thing, because the exchange of energy that will happen on a physical plane between, energetically you guys are always connected, but on a physical level, on a body to body level, if both of you guys happen to get intimate, things gonna go haywire in both of your lives for sure. What had happened
So over the years, Mr. VJ, it has changed. It has now changed that I don't even have a desire to be with anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't really find anybody else attractive, which is to me very weird.
Yeah, so after the intimacy, what's gonna happen is that the DF, divine feminine, is left with the desire of not having intimate with anybody in her life, and the masculine will go and search for around 100, 200, whatever is his potential, Okay, and try to replicate the similar kind of energy that he witnessed when he was with you. Okay, so here you are going silent, and on the other guy, that guy is going violent, trying to find as much mates as possible, trying to find the similar replica of energy that you both guys had, okay, after the intimacy. So it goes completely opposite to both the twin flames after the intimacy happens. One becomes very quiet and preserved, the other goes completely bullish. Okay.
This is true.
What had happened in one of the twin flames, or sort of a student, I can't even tell her a student because she never took any healing sessions from me, she never take any guidance from me, was sort of a good friend, and she used to message a lot. And she told me that I met my twin flame, I don't know, somewhere around 2022 November or 2021 November, I don't know, it's a year back story. And we had sex, and she got conceived also, and immediately after that her twin flame dumped him and ran away. He said foul words for her, she was devastated, and within few months this lady got married to another person. So I told him, okay, fine, you got married, so what next now? So she says that I am pregnant with the child of twin flame. So I said, that's a very crazy thing, you are marrying to someone else, you are having a child of your twin flame, and at least have you told your husband about it, that the child is not his? She said, no, I have not told him. See, now these kind of complications will build up in life. Her story was a very of an extreme end, of extreme possibilities that this journey can bring on to your life. But even to those, there are very few rare twin flames who will on a stage by stage get into physical intimacy, then get with the marriage commitment, then will get married, then will have children. So it is a very rare occurrence. In maximum of the case, what normally happens is that you get intimate, the energy shifting happens very rapidly between both the twin flames, between both their bodies, both their lives get shattered or shaken, many things starts to change in their life very fast, many kind of changes happen, and eventually the masculine cannot handle on to such heavy energy, and will eventually move out from this bond. And the DF keeps on waiting for the masculine will hunch for more and more prospects similar to the divine feminine, because energetically he is trying to replicate the same moment again in his life with some other female, because he is also thinking as a normal man would think, I had sex, it was a pleasurable one, I want the similar kind of a feeling again and again, which will not happen apart from your twin flame. Okay, so in most of the stories, most of the scenarios, normally what happens is that after the intimacy is done, a big breakup or a big misunderstanding, a big no from the side of masculine will definitely reject you after you have a physical intimacy with him. And if you don't understand this from the twin flame concept, from the energy concept, I'll just tell you as a man, what happens is that a man always sees woman as a prize. Okay, man always sees woman as a sense of achievement, or a sort of a world cup that he has lifted after so many months or years or whatsoever the period of dating was going on. So once he achieves this feat of physical intimacy, he is already psychologically very much satisfied with whatever he has achieved. Okay, he has got the girl, he has had the moments of dating and other things, whatever you guys do around, spending time together, kissing, whatsoever. And eventually what will happen is that now he has the sense of pride, now he has the sense of achievement, now he don't sees any kind of struggle, or he doesn't see any kind of competition chasing around you. That match is already won, that game is already achieved. Now he wants more challenges in his life, so he will try to get into other relationships. But if we keep it as a pending, which is very difficult for these days generation to be taught to girls, even in the East also, it's very difficult for anyone to give preachings on celibacy or such thing. But that is the only thing that can keep your man always chasing you naturally towards you. So until and unless the natural marriage or commitment or that sort of engagement doesn't happen, keep him hungry. In that way, he will never dump you. But ironically, girls do understand this fact, but they cannot follow this, because for this to happen, more than the man, the woman needs to be more mentally strong to not allow any men have that free sex. Okay. But if you are not that much mentally strong, eventually in the name of love, in the name of emotions, in the name of attraction, you end up, and the boy or the man gets the sense of achievement. Once, as and when he has the sense of achievement, I have done it, okay, I have already won the match, I have the prize, he gonna look for new challenges in his life, or bigger challenges in his life, and at that moment he's gonna dump you. So both way, either you understand it from the perspective of a twin flame journey, the energy shuffling, or you understand from a man and a woman perspective, this thing is
What I can say is that this is very true. We've had so many get together, come together, and it's blissful and it's wonderful. It's like, the best in the world, so loving. And then we break up. This has been going on for 26 years. Actually, let me say this. We were together 2 weeks ago, probably, maybe a week and a half ago. And again, every time we get together, it's just like it's a natural attraction. So we were physical. I need to say his status. His status is he has 2 women in his life. He has the older woman that he's been with for now 30-something years, and he has a younger woman in his life that has 2 children for them. They live together. He still kind of satisfies both of them physically. Okay. Neither one knows about me at all. Okay, let's just put it out there. And but it seems as though we never know when we're going to get together. It's always a shock for him, and it's always a shock for me. We never know. It's just some sort of attraction, and we end up in the same city and the same.
How come you know about that? He's playing around with multiple women then.
He tells me.
Okay.
He tells me. Okay, and when I met him with somebody else. So, and I know he had a reputation in the area in which we live. Oh my God. So that and now he's 50. He's very handsome. He has 2 children. He lives 10 hours away from me. So it's not like we see each other every day. And then the longest separation that we had was a 7-year separation. 7 years. And when we got together, it was like it was like I just saw him yesterday. We were just as attracted to one another. We were physically attracted to each other. Nothing changed. So, again, here we go. Just this last time, his current girlfriend and children's mother called me on the phone. She said, I said, hello, who is this? His wife.
Yeah.
But I did not want to ruin her life or his life, because I'm not really sure where I fit in. So I just said, maybe I'm just a distant family member just calling, that's it. So I kind of stood back. I felt bad about it, but that's what I did. I felt like I was putting myself also down. But this is what I've dealt with for 26 years. And beyond that, the other coaches, they're teaching, well, if you want to come into union, which I'm beyond that. If you want to come into union with them, they're saying that, okay, you need to disconnect from them. If they call, don't answer the phone. If they say they want to see you, don't go see them. Do this, do that. However, you constantly, this person you think of every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of him.
No,
I
but
even worry about him and his well-being.
you should be thinking lesser about a twin flame. I'll tell you, I have explained this in a very elongated podcast sessions already, but as a revision, I'll just tell that the best way to treat your twin flame is like a dustbin. Okay, think him as a dustbin. And how would you treat your dustbin at home? You just put it on a place and leave it in a corner. You don't put dustbin inside your cupboard, or clean your dustbin here and now, or take your dustbin to your bed and lean beside the, or you don't sing songs for the dustbin. So if you have that sort of a treatment for a twin flame as a dustbin, he is always gonna be with you. Okay, but if you start treating him like a god, you start treating your twin flame like something very special, something very rare, that is the energy, that moment you start losing him. Some way or the other you'll lose him. Either energetically that person will start drifting away from you, or physically there will be some misunderstandings cropping in your life. There will be many things that can happen, but the end result will be that person will drift away from you, either physically, either mentally, either emotionally. That person will start pulling himself away from you. And the more and more you treat him like a dustbin, okay, do all the good stuffs, okay, talk well, or but don't think about that person for a long period of time. Don't keep on thinking. Don't treat him like a prince or a king, okay, till the time when the complete healing work does not get fulfilled, or the time when you realize that, okay, this person has also become stable. Now this person is not wandering around multiple women. This person is not going around places seeking for pleasure. At that moment only you should treat him like a king. But even this thing will not go down well with people. People will say, sir, my twin flame, my part of the soul, how can I treat him like a dustbin? Then okay, you treat him like a king, babes, and later on the result will be the same thing. He will gonna drift away from you for sure, right?
Now, my life, my career, I am a registered nurse, been a registered nurse for over 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
However, somewhere along 2015, 16, my life fell in, shattered, I can say shattered in 1 billion pieces with a capital B. I lost my job, I lost my car, almost lost my house. I had just had my child with another guy, and that relationship dissolved, and I was left with a kid. And I ended up going into a major conflict with my career because I'm a registered nurse, and it was horrible. And I went to severe depression and anxiety.
Why it happened in that period of year? Do you want to know, dear?
I do not know.
See, that was the point of year of late 2014 or the beginning of 2015 to mid of 2016. You might have seen there were lot of disruptions in the world economies and the other conditions also. Forget about those scenarios, but there was a major shift happening in lives of many collective twin flames. Many twin flame stories was about to start. The seeding was about to happen. Many twin flame couples were getting separated, and they were, getting into their spiritual journey or starting the separation phase. Many twin flames were coming in for their bubble phase. So lot of events was happening at once in 2015 and first part of 2016 around. So that point of time, you ask any twin flame of the world, okay, that person will say that yes, something major happened in my life in the same time period. This is from my own research work, okay, but you can try with other twin flames also and talk to them about this time period of in their life. It always had some major shift, if not a negative one. It might have a positive side also, that they might have got a new job, they might have started a new business, they might have got married, any kind of a big positive change or a big negative change was happening in the collective, each and every twin flames of the world. And because of that, you fell into the side of the negative ripple, and in your life lot of negative events happened. Okay, that's the thing. So as a twin flame, the waves of this energy will affect each other. So if I try to become happy, I teach you to become happy, I raise my vibration, I raise your vibration. It's not gonna happen only between you and I, both of us. That wave, that ripple gonna engulf other 5 or 10 twin flames also, depending upon how strong our aura field is. And in that time period of the year, what you have faced a lot of adversity in your life, all the twin flames across the world were going into upswings and downswings in their life, and you came under the ripple of a major downswing in your life, and that is why it happened, right? So that's it. Okay, so don't worry about those things. uh, it was a nice discussion that we have done. Okay, so um, let's continue further. Okay, do well, and God bless. Have a very good experiences in your spiritual journey. All the best. Good night and God bless.